It's Laura Eubanks and Bentley the Succulent Dog with Walkabout Wednesday and your succulent tip of the day. We got rain all day today. Wow. And I did a bunch of cleaning up in the garden. I'm very excited to show you where I cleaned. There's still areas that I haven't got to yet. But yeah, let's just take a little walk and maybe point out some things that I kind of gloss over on the typical, like this agave potatorum. I mean, how perfect is that? This is not a rare or unusual plant, and some people poo-poo it, but I think structurally it cannot be beat. It's so perfect, and this tends to pup really close to mom, but it hasn't really had much of an opportunity to do that since it's so tight in that pot. But this has been in that pot since we moved into this house a year ago, about a year and a half ago, and it's been very, 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 very happy. All right. And you know, I have had my struggles with mammillaria. I have tried them in pots. I've tried them in the ground. Mixed success. This guy was part of a bigger cluster. Look out, buddy. And part of the cluster rotted, so I just took the rotted part off and put this one in this pot. And it has done nothing in a year and a half. But it's happy and it's alive, so I will take the win. One of you, what is going on here with my, could you please move? Thank you. Look, our Echinopsis variegae. Two of the pieces are disrupted. I don't understand what happened here, but if it was maybe an animal or something that got at it. Oh dear. Huh. Well, you know, they're not rotten at all. There's no sign of rot. So, yeah, for now, I'm just going to put those right here. I'm going to let this air out in here, that area, since we did get some rainfall. This mammillaria does not look happy at all. It may be dying. I think this was another one off of this one. So, yeah, this one looks okay. I was going to say that some of you commented, or one of you commented last time, that my mammillarias look dehydrated. And, oh my gosh, first I panicked. No! And then it occurred to me to ask, how do you know? What made them look dehydrated to you? Because when I look at them, I don't see that. So please teach me your ways. How do you know if a mammillaria is dehydrated? Because the last thing I want to do is overwater and have it rot, which is what has happened to me. Anytime I've lost a mammillaria, it's been because I gave it water and it did not like it. But yeah, this one looks great to me. Very happy. Okay, also it was suggested that the reason why my rhino wasn't growing was also maybe lack of water. This is another one I've been afraid to water for fear of killing it. So I did put some water on it. It's growing mainly in pumice, mostly pumice, some soil, and it is firmly rooted in there. So I'm really hopeful that this year it will decide to take off. Okay, here's one of the areas I cleaned. Oh, gosh, it feels so good. So remember how I've been complaining about how these sedums have taken over my cave, my fire-glass, and all of my gems, and you couldn't even see them? So rather than pull all of that out, I just thinned it and cut it back. I also cut a branch off of this little millii. I love this plant. I love it here. It blooms year-round for me, but it had a long branch growing this way that was also getting in the way of my cave. So I just cut the branch off. I think it's super funny that my Euphorbia flagelii is cresting right there. See that little piece? It's so funny. These are happy. And this silly little stacking crassula that was gifted to me by one of my staffers, by Gordon. You know, it's, you know, gets kind of leggy and, you know, blah, blah, blah. I've never really thought about it as a contender for the garden, but it's one of my favorite plants out here. It looks so under the sea, and it's just behaved itself so beautifully there. It is such an incredible win. So here's one of my pride and joy mammillarias, multi-headed. And after you guys suggested it looked dehydrated, I did put some water on it last week. So yeah, again, please tell me how one can tell if a mammillaria is dehydrated. Okay, so moving on around, I tidied up over here too. Where you see that red lava rock, there's a drain right there. So that's why that weird little pile of lava rock is where it is. You mentioned also Gymnocalacium are love water. So I also gave this fabulous little girl a drink. I love her so much. And this mammillaria is starting to, see, kind of pup out there. Very, very happy camper here. Remember my dolphin spine skeleton was completely buried and hidden, actually right back in here. So I took it out where it could be enjoyed, and also cut back a lot of this plant material, the graptos and the sedum, away from this multi-headed barrel cactus. This mammillaria, we talked about this one last time, it's just not really happy. I did fertilize it, so hopefully, you know, that will move its needle. But yeah, I got this all tidied up here. This area in the back I haven't got to yet, but I wanted to show you the aloe. Is this a ferox, you guys? I thought it was, and I'm not saying it isn't, but it has been in here for a year and a half. It wasn't much smaller than that when I planted it, and it hasn't really grown. And hey, I am not complaining. I didn't want it to get massive, but I'm wondering if maybe it isn't even a ferox. So please enlighten me if you have any feedback on that. Okay, and moving along here, I finally planted this little mammillaria that was just sitting, you know, bare root on the ground, because I had moved some things around to make more room for my mangave. And look, guys, it's a pup. Heck yeah. Usually these big monster mangaves don't pup. They bloom out and die, and you're just, you know, without a plant. But she has given me a baby, so that puts me at ease. She blooms, she blooms. I've got progeny, so that's fantastic. But yeah, this little area right here is so cute now, with the beautiful rainbow river rock and my pretty little cactus. Here's my my totem. I'm getting ready to throw off another baby. I'll show you where I planted the baby that I cut off of her when I get to it. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Oh, goodness. All right. And this little Portulacaria has been blooming since I got it from Al at Botanic Wonders 5 or 6 months ago. It looks exactly the same as it did when I got it. So thrilled with that. And my Argentea Sunset is coloring up. It's been colder, and it's responding by getting that beautiful yellow color. This, oh God, it's just stunning. I know we can't see the whalebone right now, but gosh darn it. This just, I can't even with this. It is so gorgeous to me. Yep. This stand of Fred Ives needs work. My grandson decided to be helpful and crack off some spent blooms. Remember, he's 5. And I don't trust him with clippers. So he cracked these off. It's funny. I need to get out here and clean up the stand. But one thing I wanted to show you is where he cracked off the blooms. We've got offsets. Look at that. Like little baby Fred Ives. So that's interesting to see what transpires there. And my Ramosissima is looking good. And of course my Variegata, my agave. Look, it's getting ready to throw off another leaf. That's very, very exciting. She is so beautiful, and I pray that she never blooms. At least not before she gives me more babies. She gave me babies when she was younger. About 4 years ago, I got 3 babies. Gave them away because I thought this is a thing. She's just going to keep, because these do that. Attenuatas are clumping agaves, so they do pup, but she hasn't pupped since. Yeah. Oh my goodness. The sky is so pretty. But see that messy tree right there? It threw off so many leaves into my yard in the storm today. I spent about 20 minutes picking up leaves before I started this video because I wanted you to see how nice the garden looked after all of my hard work. This was another area that I cleaned up. I cut back the coin plant that was growing up into the Tongaensis. Pulled out, of course, all of the detritus and the pine needles. Oh, also my new friend Rosemary in La Jolla, this is for you. I told you that I would show you what a cronunculated echeveria looks like. This is my sea dragon. And the cronunculations are those bumpy patches on the leaves. Now, some people love it and some people don't. So you're not right or wrong. It's just a question of taste and preference. I happen to love the cronunculated echeveria. And this one, look at the cronunculations on that leaf. This one has been very, very happy in the Succulent pot for about a year now. Oh, Kadoke. Oh, and my millii, my variegated millii was looking very sad and had very few leaves on it. And I was a little worried about it. But it's snapping out of it. It's starting to leaf out and flower and look really, really good. I really like that plant. I also moved this cactus. This guy right here was over here, buried basically behind this piece of Arctic ice rock. And it was lost. And I didn't want to, move it in front of the rock because this is Bikini Bottom where the grandkids play. And I already have a spiky gymnocalacium right there, so I just didn't want to double the chances of them getting poked. So I moved this guy over here. And I'm really, really happy with that. My Wakensii, my Aloe Wakensii is blooming. Look at those beautiful, beautiful yellow torches. So thrilled with that. Oh, this is pretty. Here's another cronunculated echeveria. And look at the bloom. I just think that's so cool. Look how long it is. So I am loath to trim that. And there's no reason to. It doesn't have any aphids on it or anything. It's quite happy. And this little stand of Aeonium kiwi is gorgeous. But, just look at all that texture in there. Isn't that so pretty? Then over here I cleaned... And all these ghosties, good Lord, that are just running amok. I did trim some of them back away from my blowfish. So look, now we can see the blowfish again. Also, one of my friends and clients, Shauna, gave me these beautiful pieces of coral, which I staged in the garden. I didn't have the heart to cull all of these ghosties. I really, really like these ones that have crested down here. I think that looks so pretty. And my little myrtillo cactus crest in the cave. Super happy. Really happy. This is probably tripled in size since I put it in. It was just in a little 3-inch pot when I stuck it in there. And that mammillaria back there, my first mammillaria was given to me by my guy, my staffer and friend Miles Teague. And it's really happy there. Oh, here's the baby, my totem cactus baby. I planted it right there at the base of the Plicatillus. And it's just a cutting, but it had been sitting over under my collectible table for months, and I felt like I needed to do something with it. And this is not a sustainable place for it to live forever, but for now, in the foreseeable future, it's going to be just fine there. All right. Look at that. There's never a bad time of year in Vista to grow succulents. It's just always so nice here all the time. Oh, also, I fertilized, remember I told you I had fertilized my spiral cactus? And it really responded quickly. This was so yellow, and now it's nice and green again. I mean, the new growth is actually blue. But yeah, I haven't got over here to do any maintenance, so you can see pine needles. Oh my goodness, look over here. This is another mammillaria that's really thriving. But look at, there's a big weed. And a lot of pine needles. But it's okay. This area won't take me long. And I really, really do enjoy maintenance. It's fun. It just feels so good to get out and work in the dirt and get my hands dirty, and then it looks like a freshly vacuumed carpet when I'm done. Look at that millii back there with the pink flowers. That's another one. Just happy. It's bloomed and been in bloom like that all year. And then this gorgeous agave that I got from Ala Botanic Wonders. Another compacta. I was so concerned because my original compacta is starting to get a little bit elongated, and I thought, oh God, it's going to bloom out. So I ran and got a couple more just in case. And it hasn't yet. It's still holding tight. And my little aloe area here looks really, really cute. These little baby aloes are from Oasis Water Efficient Gardens in Escondido. And then again, the Agavoides colony and the Echeveria harmsii. Look at that. What a combo. Isn't that amazing looking together with the Ruchia? Oh, man. And my clam looks really good. I haven't done anything to that in months. Yeah. And of course we have to say hello to variegated aloe Hercules, my Christmas present from Greg. Stunning. So there it is, guys. The lemons, I've plucked 4 or 5 of them off the tree, and they're delicious and at various stages of ripening. I did also fertilize the lemon and the grapefruit tree 2 days ago, so it was really wonderful to get that rain today, and hopefully I can stimulate some budding and some blossoming on this. And this weird and wacky, wonderful cactus. Anybody know what this is? I got this at Botanic Wonders. Isn't it so cool and so weird? Love this thing. All right. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. I love you, and I'm always excited to walk the garden with you on Wednesdays. Tomorrow, Kevin, Mel, Hannah, and possibly even our daughter Alex will be helping out with the Hobbit Village in La Mesa in Mount Helix. So you'll have to tune in to check out our little Hobbit Village installation that was featured in Better Homes and Gardens magazine a few years ago. Okay, that's all I got. Peace out and talk to you soon. Bye, guys.